Good morning. It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Welcoming you to Friday, August 16th, 2024. Sure, it's a great day for posting that new album,
F1 Trillion. One of these days I know you're going to get it.
I'm not.
Believe in you.
I'm never going to get it. It is a very long name, but that dropped at midnight. Have you listened? I was so tired this morning, I didn't get to listen to any. Have you checked it out yet?
I heard one song on the way into work that I hadn't heard yet, the one with Lainey Wilson called Nosedive. He did it at the Opry on Wednesday night if you watched that, but oh man, it's such a good album. And that one sounds kind of like a traditional Post Malone song. Like it's a little less country and a little more like sad posty love ballad, which
all
we
up in
always
that
love.
emotional.
Yeah, all up in those feels. So if you need to cry into your coffee this morning, I highly recommend that after you hang out with us first, of course.
Now, I want you to follow me on a journey here because I saw this morning when we were getting ready for the show, and I was like, all right, maybe I can give this a try because it's something I never wanted to try before.
Oh, no, I'm nervous. Go ahead.
Do you and James in your household, are you a board game kind of couple? Do you play anything?
I think James secretly wishes we were because we have board games, but I can't tell you a time we've sat down and played one. I'm very not a card game person, but we will play with the in-laws occasionally.
Okay, do you know, even though you don't play, like what board games do you guys own or have?
Oh, we have Godzilla Jenga.
Godzilla everything in your house.
I know, we really do. Ticket to Ride. I want to say we have Settlers of Catan because that's one of my favorites, but I don't know that we do or not.
Okay, well,
my in-laws have Phase 10. We play that too.
Phase 10 is a legit game. Do not sleep on Phase 10.
Phase 10 frustrates me, but I do enjoy it greatly.
That starts some family fights. That and Uno, definitely. Okay, well, those are great games, but the reason I asked, I didn't know if you were going to throw it out there. We have it in our house, but I never could play because I feel so dumb. Scrabble. You ever play Scrabble?
Oh, I hate Scrabble. I played, what was the Words with Friends for a little while back in the day? No, Words with Friends. The one, the Scrabble that was like an app back in like 2012 that people used to play with each other.
Okay, see, I didn't play that, but it kind of makes sense, right? Because we're both not exactly, Scrabble lovers,
No, I
guess.
can't spell at all.
Well, I guess there's some new words that have been added to the dictionary that you'd be able to play in Scrabble. And I thought that was so interesting because I never can play because I don't know what words to use or how to spell.
I would never care which words you're allowed to use. So go ahead. Which words would I be using regardless?
Okay, a fun word, yeet.
Oh, good. I could do well with yeet.
Y-E-E-T, yeet. If you don't know what that is, that means to throw, but also an expression of excitement.
Okay.
Another one, bougie.
Oh, so you get bougie in Scrabble?
Yeah, you're fancy, you're luxurious, bad, and bougie. And then another one I like here. These are so simple. Stan. It's too obsessed over somebody who's famous.
Yeah, but it's a name, and you can't use names. So, that one seems like that's pushing it a little bit, but I'll allow it. Okay.
I mean, the list goes on, and I'm looking at some of these other words that were put in there, and I'm like, oh, you know what? These are still too hard for me to say. They're more than 5 letters. So,
no.
Yeah. But, hey, the fact that I could play Scrabble this weekend and throw out a yeet.
Honestly, you get stuck with a Y, 2 E's, and a T. There's not a lot you could do otherwise. So, good for them. It's not like T is one that you could use, so that's what I think.
Yeah, maybe. Not sure.
Yeet backwards
yeet,
is T.
Wheat. You got to get that meat.
You got to get that meat.
Like, no, sir, you have to spell meat with an A.
Yeah.
M-E-A-T.
Well, you can meet people. M-E-E-T.
If there's any Scrabble players out there, you're looking to play this early morning, Laura and I got you.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
Yesterday, ground was broken on the first rehabilitation hospital in Michigan specifically for kids. The Jones Secchia Children's Rehabilitation Hospital will be located on Wealthy Street, right across from Mary Free Bed. And the cool thing is they're going to be connected by a sky bridge to go back and forth.
Oh, that's awesome. Especially for the winter months.
Oh, for sure. This hospital is the first of its kind in Michigan and only the 9th in our country. It's going to help a lot of kids out. Mary Free Bed said it will double the number of inpatient beds it currently has, allowing it to help around 2,500 more kids per year.
I think this is so awesome, and the folks over at Mary Free Bed do so many good things for people all over West Michigan and Michigan in general, so just so happy to see them expanding.
You can read more about it right now on our Mix 95.7 app.
When officials first announced that they were investigating Matthew Perry's death and where he got that ketamine that killed him, it was kind of unclear if anything was going to happen of it, but it was just announced that 5 5 people have been charged, including his live-in personal assistant. Sadly, the assistant doesn't surprise me. The doctors are the ones that surprise me here.
Oh, well, I guess after Michael Jackson, nothing surprises me. How people will do what it takes to get the money and stick around.
You know, you're not wrong. All of them played roles in his addiction to ketamine. He was apparently using it both as a therapy and like in extreme cases to the point of being comatose. He was taking so much of it.
Jeez.
2 doctors were charged, and here's the worst part about him. They actually found a text message exchange between the 2 of them about a month before he died, where one of them even said, "I wonder how much this moron will pay. Let's find out." Like, oh, it's just disgusting.
And for your final need to know news story, we're heading to New York, where a coffee shop is charging customers $10 a day to use the Wi-Fi. And, well, people are not happy about it.
If you thought living in New York City was expensive, now we must pay to take our laptops out at coffee shops. And that's not free anymore. That's not a free right in our community. This place is charging $10 a day, $30 a month, or $300 a year for you to be able to use your laptop that you pay for and sit there in their cafe to use their Wi-Fi.
You know what? I'm going to be the unpopular person here. I love this. I think every coffee shop should charge $10 for Wi-Fi because I get so sick of just trying to go get a cup of coffee and sit down for 10 minutes and someone is hogging a table for like 5 hours so that they can look at Facebook or whatever. Go home. Go home and look at your internet.
If I'm spending 10 or 20 bucks on coffee and maybe like a breakfast thing, I think that is a problem. But yeah, if you're just getting a drink and you're sitting there doing nothing, I understand they got to make their money somehow, some way.
Yeah, and it's hard to police people of who's actually using the internet properly. So you know what? If you're there for the right reason, you should pay the $10, I guess.
That is Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. Mix 95.7, it's Big Joe and Laura and you.
I guess I'm being vulnerable this morning. You can give me a call at 616-600-0957. Yesterday, I had a realization that I have gone my entire life. I am 36 years old, and I've never done one thing that I think pretty much everyone in America has done. And I decided to do it yesterday, and I think it was worth the wait.
Okay, that is very weird because if people don't know, Laura, you seem to be the person that's the first to always try something. You're like, let's see what this is like. You're always exploring and finding new things. So what have you never tried in your life?
A Big Mac from McDonald's.
You've never had a Big Mac?
No, prior to yesterday, I had never had a Big Mac in my entire life because I've eaten McDonald's the whole way through. So I don't think I'm like one of those people that's too good for McDonald's. I probably have put an entire year's salary into McDonald's over my lifetime. So yeah, no shade to the fast food king or queen or whatever you want to call him. But either way, no, I always, as a kid, I would get the fish sandwiches because I really liked them. And I'd always get like double cheeseburgers and chicken nuggets and stuff. But I never got the Big Mac because I'm going to be fully honest. Shreddis is my least favorite thing in the entire world. I hate shredded lettuce. It's gross. Any burger situation. So if it's there, especially back in the day, I wasn't going to ask them to modify the burger. It's such a pain. So I just figured the Big Mac wasn't for me. There were plenty of options on the menu. I didn't need to try it necessarily, but now that we've got apps and everything, and then this new collector's meal came out this week where you can get the fancy plastic cups, the only options are either chicken nuggets or the Big Mac. And I was like, hey, I have to order it through the app. I can just ask with no lettuce and I can finally have something I enjoy. So yesterday I ordered a Big Mac and I finally tried it.
Okay, this blows my mind that you've never tried this in your entire life. But
No.
How was your first ever Big Mac?
Way better than I expected. I kind of get the hype now. Like, I'm going to be fully honest. I did not expect it to be. I expected it to be fine, but I expected it to be like just a standard cheeseburger or whatever. No, but that sauce.
It's that special sauce.
It's that special. It's real special. I found myself like trying to like dip my fries in the leftovers that were in the box. And I've had the Mac sauce before on its own when they had that big promotion a few years ago where they were like giving out bottles of it. So I'd even had the Mac sauce. I just had not had the Big Mac, and I thought, the bun in the middle, that's too much bread. I don't want this, whatever. And I had talked myself off the ledge. But now that I've tried it, I might go back.
36 years of your life where you never tried it. Do you have any regrets, or is like, because knowing how good a Big Mac tastes to me and my taste buds, if I had just tried one now at 38, I would be like, I've wasted my whole life. What has this been?
I mean, I definitely feel like there's a big open opportunity that I'd missed a lot of really good meals.
Do you got to make up for lost Big Mac time?
Yeah, because there's times in life where I was like, I don't know, this is a great time to order a fish sandwich, but this is what I want right now. And I think I could have probably, with that sauce, I probably could have craved or curb that craving with that. But I mean, yeah, I had a baby before I tried a Big Mac.
I can't think of anything, and maybe it's because I'm just thinking about food. I can't think off the top of my head right now something that everybody else has kind of done or tried that I have not. But God,
Even
Lord.
like FOMO in like a TV show or movie or something. Like you don't even have that?
Oh, well, I guess, okay. Yeah, if it's coming to that, Star Wars.
Wait, you don't know for Star Wars?
Like, I've seen one episode, but I just...
Wait, one episode is in a TV show or one of the movies?
I think it was a movie or something on TV.
Oh, God.
But I just, it didn't do it for me. And I know a lot of people seem to love that, but I can't get into it. But I'm curious if there's anybody out there that has never had a Big Mac or some kind of iconic, I guess, food staple. You're like, I've never been to Taco Bell. Like, what? Would love to hear from you too. Or just in general, if there's something that everybody seems to love, or everybody seems to have had, but you've never tried it.
616-600-0957 or send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app. Am I a weirdo or is this just normal?
Well, that's a loaded question. It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. And I got to applaud you, Laura, for sharing something which has blown my mind and probably a lot of other people's too.
Yeah, yesterday I did something for the first time in my life at 36 years old. After even having a baby, I had my very first Big Mac.
I just don't understand. I guess it's just expected. But you've been to McDonald's before, just not a Big Mac.
Oh, yeah, I'm a huge McDonald's fan. Go there all the time. They probably know me by name at the one on 28th Street right next to my house. But
She's back!
She's back! She wants more fish sandwiches. And that's probably why they know me, because I'm the weirdo that's under the age of 60 who's ordering fish sandwiches. But I'm going to be honest, from a kid, I would even have those in my Happy Meal. So, like, that was always my go-to. Never bothered to explore past that on the menu. But yesterday, I wanted one of those collector's cup things that they're doing right now where it's like the blind box plastic cup.
Okay.
And so I was like, I'll finally try a Big Mac because I can get it without the lettuce, which was one of the main reasons I didn't want it because I don't like that kind of lettuce. And honestly, it was really good.
I am so happy to hear that. Now we can be Big Mac buddies.
Yeah, we really can be. So I wanted to know, what's a thing you've never tried that everyone else seems to love? We got a DM in the Mix 95.7 app from Jacob in Wayland who said, I've heard it's really good, but I've never been to Raising Cane's. I think the nearest one's in Lansing, so I might have to try it soon. Yes, Jacob, be a part of the Raising Cane's cult. Listen, the chicken itself is just chicken strips. There's nothing fancy about it. It's the dipping sauce. The cane sauce, plus that little piece of toast they put in there. I can't imagine going through life and not having that all the time. So, Jacob, I want you to have that sunshine and that light in your heart.
Some people go their whole life and they don't know what their calling is, but I feel like ours might be to introduce people to food.
Yeah, you know what? And maybe we have someone else on the line here that we can introduce to food. Again, you can call us at 616-600-0957. Kelly in Grand Rapids, are you like me?
I'm 37. I've never had a Big Mac. I just get chicken nuggets and fries whenever I go because I know it's good. I know that I'm going to like it.
Yeah, that was always my thought process.
Why spend my money on something new if I don't know if I'm going to like it? Now I have a Big Mac and no one to eat it.
Well, Kelly, why don't we solve this problem on twofold? First of all, Laura and I can meet you out somewhere. We'll buy the Big Mac for you.
You try it.
And if you don't like it, I'll eat it for you.
That sounds great.
Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. Part of the life I live makes me sad that I missed out on dating apps and all those things. But also, part of my life is I'm happy that I'm coming up on 9 years of marriage.
I am thankful I never had to go to the dating apps, but I know that dating these days is a lot more difficult than it used to be. And there's a guy named Jake Maddock who bills himself as a dating guru on Instagram. And basically, he has like this relationship coaching business or whatever, but he's going viral for advice he gave on his account. He says that if you start dating someone and they don't say, I love you within the first 3 months, that you should dump them.
Wow, I mean, that's a pretty clear-cut thing to do. There's no mincing those words.
Yeah, it's like, listen, if you don't feel those big hard eyes at them in the first 3 months, just cut it off, move on. It's never going to work out for you. He claims the first I love you usually happens around the 2-month mark, and then when people are a good fit for each other. But he says it doesn't happen by 3 months. Just stop wasting your time. It's hopeless, and they're not your, quote, ideal partner. So do you think that this guy... when do you think is too soon, I guess, in your eyes?
Oh, boy. Well, I don't remember the exact time, but I know I creeped Lindsay out because I came on too strong.
Oh,
so
really?
Yeah, but I mean, alcohol might have been involved too. I mean.
So would you say, do you think it was within the first five dates, maybe?
Oh, boy.
First month?
Probably the first month and a half.
Okay.
Because it was like, she almost like pushed me away when I messed up and said that. Like, because my
no.
feelings come out. I got a little gin and tonic, and the sweeter side of Big Joe comes out.
Oh, no. Okay, so you said it almost ruined everything, but I mean, clearly it did not. So, I mean, do you think the first 3 months is too soon?
Part of me wants to say yes. I'm so torn on this one. Yeah, I mean, like, you don't want to come off too quick, because I definitely come off way too quick, like in past relationships.
Yeah.
I think that can cause a little bit of creep factor in people. But at the same time, though, I feel... I don't know if love you means anything. And by that, I mean, listen, a guy might say he loves you to get what he wants.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily. So, like, if just because he says it doesn't mean it's actually mean it, you'd rather him wait until he actually feels it to say it rather than to use it in a terrible way.
In theory, probably, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
what about you and your husband, James? What's your guys' situation?
I mean, it took us like 12 years.
He didn't say he loves you for 12 years?
Well, in our defense, I met him in 2019, and we were friends for a decade before we even like considered anything like that. I mean, like, he got married and divorced and all this other stuff. All this life happened, and then basically we reconnected during the pandemic, and that's why things worked out for us. So I mean, technically, it took him a long time, because I think we both always had a little thing for each other the whole way through. But like, just things don't line up. Like, I had a boyfriend, or he'd have a girlfriend, or what? Like, will they, won't they, the whole way through. But yeah, no, I guess technically it took like at least, geez, I mean, it was like 12 years, 11 years, 12 years.
12 years. Can somebody top that one? 12 years in one day? How did it take him that long to tell to say that he loved you?
Well, because again, we were in a place in life that I don't think that was where we could be.
12 years.
When he met me, I was dating some guy for like 2 years, so obviously that's not a great
Didn't mean he
ideal
didn't
time.
love you then either.
No, I mean, I think he always had a little thing for me. I don't know if he loved me.
Lovers of West Michigan. Is there a too soon to say I love you? Is there a too long? Like, you got to hurry up and say it?
No, if they wait 12 years, they still mean it. Thank you.
Okay, cool. You getting said I love you and cicadas coming out are pretty much on the even, timeline.
You know what? I scream a lot when I'm really happy about things, so I think I am like a cicada.
Big Joe's Little Wins happening right now on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We want to know the good stuff in your life. It's making you happy. It's worth celebrating because, well, we want to celebrate you. 616-600-0957. Laura, what's your little win?
Okay, my little win is a massive win today, and it's because it's something I've been waiting several months to happen. But finally yesterday, my little dude said mama.
No way!
Yes, for the first time, I came down the stairs right as I was about to go take a shower, and Dad was in charge, and I heard a big mama, and I immediately started sobbing, of course, and he did it a couple more times throughout the night, and I didn't get any video of it because I was just so awestruck that finally little dude was acknowledging me after acknowledging Dad for like 3 months, and the dog and everything else first. It felt nice to really feel like mom finally.
Actually, you know what? James, your husband, sent me audio. Check this out.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely him.
That's awesome, though. I can't wait to actually see it on video, but I bet you're like, no way!
Oh, I squealed, I cried, I had a little moment. It was truly just like the real thing that you just wait for the entire time. So
I love that, Laura. Thank you for sharing. What's your little win? 616-600-0957. We'd love you if you call us right now and go ahead and share it with us. 616-600-0957. Let's say good morning to Andrew and Howell. Hey, man, what's your little win?
My little win, I've really got 3.
Okay.
My wife and I have been house shopping for about 8 months, and we are getting ready to close on a house finally in Howell. The seller totally hooked up the veteran after taking multiple higher offers and deciding on ours.
Really? So
Yeah.
you were struggling to get different offers, and when this person heard you were a veteran, they hooked you up?
Yeah, apparently that's what our realtor said. So
that's awesome.
Well, that is great, man.
another good win is starting to wrap up my bachelor's in cybersecurity shortly. So I was approved for additional funding from the VA. So that's cool.
Yay.
And then big hockey stuff coming up. Our Howell Beer League team is trying to maintain our championship status from last year, and they've brought on 3 or 4 new teams to try to destroy us this season, so it's going to be rough. I also play in a disabled veteran hockey team called the Michigan Warriors, huge, great group of dudes and girls. We just got back about a month ago from our trip to Tennessee, playing a hockey tournament, and looking forward to another season with you guys as well.
Dude, Andrew, I love every single one of your little wins this morning and appreciate that you called it and shared them.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. I appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
You too.
Hey, if you've got a little win like Andrew just shared with us, we want to hear it and spread it across West Michigan. 616-600-0957. It's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, and we're going to be a little vulnerable right now, and you certainly could too at 616-600-0957. What did you buy that was just so embarrassing? I feel like when you're younger, I think at least from a guy's perspective, I don't know how it is as a lady, but when you got to go to the store and you're buying protection, for a fun time.
For a date night.
Yeah, and it's just so awkward. You try to go to the self-scan, you get 100 different items as if that's going to like cover it up and not make it look weird.
Yeah, like you're trying to like hide it amongst the mass of things. Like, oh, I bought noodles. Don't look at this other box.
Yeah, so now as an adult man, don't need those. I'm married, but in general, they don't really embarrass me if I had to go buy them. No biggie.
Sure.
But I had to go make a purchase the other day, Laura, and I just said, wow, am I really buying this? And I don't know why. This is not a big deal, but it felt so embarrassing.
Okay, so like, was it something that's, for adult time?
It's for alone time.
Oh, what are you buying? Was it at like a normal store?
I've been taking semaglutide, like Ozempic and Wegovy.
Yeah.
And it's been great. Thanks to Age Management of West Michigan. I'm down like 35 pounds. I feel great. That being said, sometimes when you up your dosage, it can affect people differently. And I recently did it. And for me, it kind of backed me up a bit.
Oh, the plumbing got clogged.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So I had to go and get the reinforcements. I had to go to the store and get some Metamucil.
Oh, no. And yeah, that's one of those things that you think of like much
I think
older
of my
people.
dad.
Yeah,
my
much
dad,
older people.
rest in peace. I know he had to have some Metamucil later in life. And I walk up and it's the self-scan thing, but everybody's there because they corral you in. And you look at everybody's cart. You see what people have in there.
I don't. Do you really do that? Oh, no.
I'm a peeker. I check everything. I'm checking in the bathroom stall. I'm checking when I'm in a checkout line. I'm always looking around. My eyes can't help it.
Oh, my gosh.
They got issues. So I'm scanning it, and maybe they make more discreet bottles, but I swear this thing was like jumbo king size. It felt like I needed to have a Home Depot kid help me take it out of a store or something.
Like one of those
it's so
giant
big.
heavy duty buckets.
Yeah, they brought a forklift. Beep, beep. But I got my Metamucil. I'm taking it, and I do feel better. I feel regular. A little fiber in your life's nothing to be ashamed of. But God, Laura, I was turning red.
Just having to buy it?
Yeah, because I swear everybody's looking like,
No, see,
that guy's not regular.
Here's your deal. What you ought to do is buy one of those things of bleach wipes. They're the same size and shape. And so you buy like the bleach wipe and you kind of just, shuffle it in there. And then you've got multiple things of the same shape and it's not so bad, right?
No, it's still bad. It's just more money spent.
Oats, because oats, like oatmeal oats are the same. Like just do like 3 or 4 of those big round things. Like you could have played this off.
Have you had anything as a woman, as a wife, as a baby mama? Have you had anything that you've had to go buy? You're like, oh, Lord, I can't do this.
Up until last year, no, I would have said I had no shame. I don't care if I'm on that time of the month. I don't care to go buy, lady products or anything like that. It's never bothered me. But I will say I finally had one of those things after having my son. One of the things they don't tell you about, one of the glamorous after parts of having a baby is sometimes it just... You got to have like special stuff to take care of the aftermath, for lack of better words. And so a lot of times you have a lot of bleeding and things like that. So they recommend doing like adult diapers. And so basically they have like some kind of women style adult diapers that you have to buy, and Depends even makes ones that they look like underwear. Like they're nice looking.
Are they pull-ups?
Yeah, basically they're adult pull-ups, but they're nicer looking. They're pink and they have like little designs on them. So they tried the best to look like underwear, but it still says Depends on the thing. Like they make the underwear itself look subtle, as if anyone's going to see that.
The packaging
but the
is
packaging, they're like, hey, this person can't take care of themselves. And it's like, there's no way that like you could really get away with buying that. Like even if you try to like stuff it amongst a bunch of things of diapers and stuff like regular baby diapers, like I tried that.
My
No.
baby's growing. Yeah, they're up to the size now. Little Joey Jr.'s becoming so big.
Absolutely. And even worse was it was, flu and cold season at the time. So I wasn't trying to go to the store very often because I didn't want to get exposed to anything and bring it back to the little guy. So then like I'd have to do a Meijer pickup order and like trying to like put that on your order. And like, I know somebody's going to have to shop for that and then bring it to my house. And
I'd cancel your order. I'd cancel your order. Like, sorry.
Man, trust me, there were a couple times where I was like, you need to be porch pickup.
Are there
I'm
options
not
on there,
walking out there
for when you did your Meijer pickup? It's like if you don't have this, get me this. Like, is there a knockoff brand of the diaper that you were gonna get?
Well, it's more of like a different style. So like the ones that are like legitimately for people who like cannot control themselves. It's a different style of diaper. And so it's like, they're like, you want these? And I'm like, no, I don't need people to think I'm an old lady who's pooping my pants. This is not what's happening here.
I was embarrassed to buy some Metamucil. No need to be. Fiber, it's important. We want to be regular. And Laura, well, adult diapers. Didn't see that in your cards for this past year.
No, when I had my baby. What was the thing that you were embarrassed to buy? 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app.
It is Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. And I really didn't think people would support us here when we were talking about things that are embarrassing that we bought. And like back in the day, obviously being a young guy and having a girlfriend, maybe going to the store to get some protection, that can be embarrassing. Nowadays, who cares?
Yeah, whatever.
But Laura, you had some embarrassing things like recently in your life too.
Well, yeah, when I had my son Justin, no one really tells you about how hard it is postpartum to like just survive. And one of the things that I had needed desperately were adult diapers, and they make special ones for like women with, that kind of stuff going on. And even with it being like fancy prints and looking really nice when I'm wearing them, the bag itself is still green. It still says Depends, and it still makes you feel really silly. So it was hard to buy those, but at the end of the day, I made it through and grinned and bared it, for lack of better words.
So we would like to know if you want to be anonymous, you can, or if you're just feeling brave, give us a call at 616-600-0957 and share that thing that you had to purchase, you had to buy. This is just a little bit embarrassing.
Absolutely. We got Lou from Sunfield on the line. Lou, what did you have to buy?
I just don't think it's embarrassing. I'm 28 years old, and I mean, they make the things for a reason, and I totally get what you're saying. I guess I think that they make the things for a reason, and we're not the only ones buying them. And at 27, when I was pregnant and had my daughter, I had to take Metamucil every single day because I had the same issues. And even post-pregnancy, I mean, I can blame it on hormones or whatever, but it just happens. Life happens.
Yeah, no,
I guess. And same things with the diapers. I mean, heck, I used those hospital diapers forever after I was pregnant because that was comfortable.
Yeah, amen. I'm going to be honest. I was a little sad to let them go as much as I don't want to admit it, because it really was. It was nice to just, here we go. And then you don't have to wash them, like double win. It's,
Yes.
Honestly,
They make life easier. And when you have a new baby, that's just all you can do is try to make your life better.
Just survive.
Lou, thank you for calling in this morning.
We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too. Wesley in Grand Rapids, what were you embarrassed to buy?
Well, it's right with you. Adult diapers at the age of 20 when I was going to college.
Oh, no. So wait, did you have something like medical that you had to do it?
Yeah. I went through cancer treatment, and it left me with problems.
Oh, my gosh. So, okay, did you eventually just kind of succumb to having to do it and kind of get comfortable with it? Or did you have a strategy to kind of, subtly hide it like I tried to do?
Suddenly hide it mainly, just at first. Then eventually it's like, oh, well, just something you got to do.
Yeah.
But now they got them online, better ones online. So that's what I do now. Just order them online and get them ordered up.
Yeah, hit up that Amazon Prime.
Yeah, no kidding. Get that delivered to your door. You don't have to deal with it. That is so... I wish I had been smart enough to think ahead and do that at the time, because I was just, using the Meijer. I have to look the guy in the face app, and that's almost worse than doing it yourself.
Yes, it is. I will 100% agree with you.
Hey, thank you so much for calling in and for sharing that. And we have this up on our Facebook. You can go ahead and check it out, Big Joe and Laura, or Mix 95.7 GR, and share that embarrassing purchase.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Welcoming him back for the second day, going for $120 of that Michigan Lottery jackpot. It is Jonathan in Wyoming.
Welcome back, Jonathan. How you feeling this morning?
I am feeling good, guys. Thanks for having me again. Hope you're doing well.
Of course. I'm hoping that you walk away with $120 with the Michigan Lottery tickets to end your week, because you do have the potential, and you did go 5 for 5 yesterday, so I'm a little nervous.
It's the best way to end the week.
All right, well, let's do that by kicking Laura out of the studio to play.
Goodbye, Laura.
All right, Laura's out of the room. Here's your first question, Jonathan. What is a group of crows called?
A murder.
Question 2. This fruit, when dried out, creates raisins.
Grapes.
Question 3. What breed of dog is Snoopy from Peanuts?
He is a Dalmatian.
Question 4. What Was I Made For from Barbie was sung by which artist?
Pass.
Question 5. What speed did Marty McFly need to go to activate time travel in Back to the Future?
88 miles an hour.
Question 4 again. What Was I Made For from the Barbie movie was sung by which artist?
I think it's Billie Eilish.
All right, I'm going to bring Laura back in.
Laura, la 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 Laura.
Here she comes, looking to defend her crown. You actually have a chance today to take down Jonathan, Wyoming. Guy only got 4 out of 5 right.
Oh, no, you left me a hole, Jonathan. We'll see how it goes.
Through the door, Laura.
Question number 1 for you, Laura. What is a group of crows called?
That would be a murder.
Yes, what a weird name.
It is weird.
1-1. Question 2. This fruit, when dried out, creates raisins.
Grapes.
That is correct. Scores 2-2. Question 3. What breed of dog is Snoopy from Peanuts?
He's a beagle.
That is correct. That is where Jonathan slipped up.
Oh, no.
He said Dalmatian. Sorry there, Cruella de Vil. Ain't
No,
happening.
he doesn't have enough spots.
Okay, Laura, you got a 3-2 lead. Let's see how this ends.
Okay.
Question 4. What Was I Made For from the Barbie movie was sung by which artist?
Billie Eilish.
That is correct. The score is 4-3. If you miss this, we have a tie. If you get it, we got to say goodbye to Jonathan,
Oh,
Wyoming.
no, I like Jonathan. I don't want to say goodbye. Okay, let's see how it goes.
What speed did Marty McFly need to go to activate time travel in Back to the Future?
I always remember it because it was the year I was born. That would be 88.
That is correct. Laura, you have taken down Jonathan, Wyoming 5-4.
I'm so sorry, Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan, since you got your booty whipped by Laura, you know what you got to do, right?
Hi, guys. I'm Jonathan from Wyoming. If you didn't know this, Laura cannot lose.
That is for sure.
Oh, Jonathan, you are incredible. And hey, if you want to be like Jonathan and go for $125 with the Michigan Lottery tickets on Monday, give us a call, 616-600-0957.
Mix 95.7. It is Big Joe and Laura. Thank you so much for spending your day with us.
And I want to know, am I the only person that's mooching off people? I know the answer is no, so go ahead and admit it. 616-600-0957. I have a billion subscription services. I pay for all the streaming services, and even though all my family members mooch off of me, I pay for stuff for my stupid car. There's all sorts of stuff that I basically get little monthly dings for. In fact, overnight last night, I had to pay $40 between Hulu and Xbox that I'm just like, why do I have to pay a nickel and dime all of these dumb things?
Well, they're all the different little services you seem to love.
I do love them, and that's why one of them I refuse to pay for. In fact, I have a subscription to a warehouse of sorts, if you will, that you have to pay a yearly subscription to. I'm not going to name names because there's 2 options here, and I'm not going to lose my subscription by telling you which one I go to, but it's my in-laws subscription that I use, even though I go to this place all the time to get bulk items because having a baby, it's a lot cheaper to buy things like formula and diapers in the big boxes than it is to buy those little ones that you find at like Meijer or Target.
So I assume you're talking about either Costco or Sam's Club?
I'm not going to say any names, but maybe that's the 2 of the options it could be. But
How are you how are you mooching off of that if you have it? Because it's only for people.
Well, I don't have a membership. That's the thing. My husband and his dad have the exact same name, so we're able to use his membership even with ID because it just says, hey, this is James Blank, because I'm not going to give away my last name in case someone there is listening, because I don't want to lose my membership.
I think I'm going to have to call Chief Winstrom and inform him the crime is being committed here in West Michigan.
I think this is a victimless crime because this company makes way more than enough money, and I think it's ridiculous that they charge me X number of dollars a year, because if I say the amount, I'm also going to give away which one of the two it is, because one's more expensive than the other one.
This is the least amount of details for you teasing with something. I need to know everything.
Okay, listen, it's my Sam's Club membership. I used to have it. It lapsed back in like July, and I was like, I'm not paying for this again, because while, yeah, we get a lot of savings with it, it's a lot of money to drop $50, and then every time I walk in the door there, I'm spending $100 just because I bought 3 things. Granted, there are 3 giant things that were worth the money. I can't walk out of that place without $100. So to give them another $50 just feels like highway robbery, and I just don't want to do it.
I feel like that is a very unique situation that you have with that actually working out.
Yeah, no, most people this would not work out for.
Yeah, but it makes me wonder, like, how many things are people kind of just hopping on and getting for free, whether it's bootlegging it or...
You can't tell me you don't have one membership to something that you're not paying for that someone else is, whether you're swapping or something else.
I think we do in our house, but it's not for me. I know that we have, I think, free Hulu through our cell phone plan or something. We get that.
You're paying for that, so that counts.
Well, but I'm saying, I know we have that. I know we pay for Netflix. But yeah, you got Disney Plus, you got, I don't know. There are several services, I'm sure my wife with siblings and cousins of hers are kind of like, give me your login, I'll give you yours. But I don't even know how people are doing it anymore because they shut everything down. You cannot do it like you did back in the day.
With some of them. Some of them are still pretty open and free because... Again, I'm the one that has all of these subscription services for the video things. I'm the one people are using their Netflix. I'm the one people are using their Hulu. I have the Disney Plus. I have the HBO. So I'm not feeling bad about my Sam's Club mooching because I let everyone else mooch off of me. I feel like that's just the circle of life.
Well, that'll definitely...
Cue the Lion King.
That'll definitely hold up in a court of law when you tell a judge that. But
no one's going to get arrested for this.
Maybe. So what is your question again? What are we trying to find out this morning?
What subscription service or membership do you absolutely love? Like you use it all the time, but you think to yourself, I'm not paying that much a month for it. I'm going to mooch it off someone else. 616-600-0957 or send us a DM at the Mix 95.7 app.
We are Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix.
And we're talking about things you mooch even though you love them. You're not paying for that subscription. I'm being honest and vulnerable because I know my in-laws are at breakfast right now and not listening. And
Wait, that's being honest? Okay.
No, I'm being honest about the fact that I'm doing this. I think they're aware we're doing it. But anyway, my husband and my father-in-law have the exact same name because they're 10 and 11 of their name. So we use their Sam's Club membership because if my husband shows an ID, it's still the same name regardless. So I feel like it's more of a gray area than a mooch necessarily.
I mean, it's illegal. I know that.
It's not. They didn't ask for a social security code. Who's to say they didn't buy that membership for us and their mooch?
If you work at Sam's Club and you want to bust Laura, go ahead and call 616-600- 0957. I'll tell you her last name.
I can't afford formula anywhere else. Don't you take this from me. But anyway, I wanted to know, what subscription service are you mooching? Even though you love using it, you refuse to pay for it. We got a DM inside the Mix 95.7 app from Jen here in Grand Rapids who said HBO, Starz, Hulu, Peacock, Disney Plus, Discovery Plus, Paramount Plus. Actually, I don't pay for any streaming services now that I think about it, thanks to my brother.
All right. Well, do you got room for one more?
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, I think I have. Let's see. It seems like you don't have Netflix there. So, Jen, I got you if you need to borrow a Netflix. I feel like it's my good karma to pass it along.
That is certainly a fair trade. 616-600-0957.
Gun Elegant, what subscription or membership are you enjoying with someone else's login?
Well, long story short, we actually used the Netflix account of an exchange student we had years ago.
And it still works?
Most of the time. I think sometimes there's too many of their TVs or something on and we get booted. But Yeah, it's Netflix, and I'm too cheap to pay for it.
You know what? I fully understand that because Netflix is the one that I've threatened to stop paying for like 8 times, but because I have moochers on my account, I feel guilty and continue to pay for it even though I open it like once every 2 months.
Now, Scott, first of all, I admire the mooch, but I'm wondering, though, does this foreign exchange student know that you're still doing it?
No. Although she must be catching on, though, because there's a couple of profiles, and we get on hers, and it has got to be totally skewed towards what we like, and nothing in Italian.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my God, that's so funny, Scott. Well, you know what? You keep mooching. You gave them a home and gave them the American lifestyle, so now you can give them a little more of that American lifestyle by continuing to mooch the Netflix.
Yes, and it's been 2 years.
That is insane.
That is incredible. They haven't changed their password in 2 years.
Well, you know what you could do?
Yeah, I know.
You know what you could do to throw it off the scent? Watch like Mamma Mia or something. Or like Lady and the Tramp.
No, my daughter may have actually watched that.
Scott, you're my kind of people, man. Thanks for sharing.
You made our morning. Thank you for calling.